Hey guys, it's Darcy and welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 of our crank removal on our BMX department store bike. Today we're going to cover removal of these old inner races, and I'm going to show you how to remove them and put these new guys in there. I'm also going to talk about the way to do it when you don't have the proper tool, which I'm about to show you. Which we need for this is this guy here, and it is called the RT2. It's from Park Tools, and what it is it's basically it's just uh, like just a way to whack it, because you put it inside there. We want to clean out the gunk out of there. Normally I'd use the air compressor, but when I went to go and use it, I couldn't find the right air gun, so we'll just do it by hand. It usually works a little bit better if you do it with the compressor. And all we want to do is just, we want to kick the camera. No, we don't. I just want to take the bulk of this stuff out, and actually I don't even need to take all of it out, because what's going to happen is when we take these cups out, it will come out. So what you want to do is you want to take this side. I always find it easier to take this side and actually avoid bearing in there. And now I'm breaking stuff. And that's why we have the handlebar holder. Okay, so before I knock myself in the head, now I'm going to warn you, if you guys are wearing headphones, be cautious, be aware that there's going to be some loud sounds. So that's your warning, your headphone warning, because it will be loud. Okay guys, so what we do with this tool is we take this tool. The easiest way to do it is to put it in this way first. So because I'm doing this for you guys, I'm going to slide it in here, and you'll hear a click. That's a very, very audible click. So now what I'm going to do is, and again I would use a mallet, but I don't know exactly where the mallet is. So again, I'll take just my 16-ounce standard hammer, which is this guy, and I'm going to use just this part of the hammer. I'm not going to use this part, okay? Because I don't need to tap it really hard. Okay, so this is a warning for you guys with headphones. It's going to get loud, especially when that thing flies out and hits the floor on the other side, because that's probably, I'll try to catch it, but I can't guarantee it. I also have to watch that I don't hit the camera. So here we go. Wow, wow, it's being difficult. It doesn't want to come out. Okay guys, it's gonna get loud again. Wow. I don't even know where it went. I told you they fly far. Okay, so instead of struggling to get this tool out, the way to do it is you take it and you give it a shove. What I like to do is wipe this tool off because it's greasy. Okay, so there's my click. Let's see if I can do this without blocking your guys' view. careful not to hit the camera either. That would not be good. So if you guys look at the clip that I'm inserting right here, you'll see that it's got a gap on it. For the love of the video, guys, I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know how well it's going to show up, but we will. Okay, headphone warning for you guys wearing headphones. And I gotta make sure that I don't throw this at you guys. Throw it in your eyeballs, camera eyeballs. Almost did though. Okay, what we want to do now, guys, is we want to wipe this out really good because we're going to replace these bearings here very shortly. Now, I didn't mention, if you don't have the tool to do this, another way you can get them out is with a screwdriver. It's not the idealist way, or even a flat piece of metal, something with a rounded, like not a sharp edge, but like a blunt edge. I really like that I have the right tool. It really helps. And so we want to clean this out as good as we can because we're going to be putting a new set of cups in there. We might as well get out as much of the dirt as we can. And I think that's going to be good. There's some pitting on the flinging it at myself. So now for the reinstallation, what we want to make sure of is that however we put these bearings in, they're straight, these cups. Because what will happen is if you don't, it'll cause the bottom bracket to mushroom, and that's not a good thing, because that means any set of bearings that you put in this bike afterwards will never be the same. And it means that you probably want to get the pieces in that you need. So we want to make sure that we do this right. Before I go and I put this in with my tool, I'm going to show you what you could do at home. So we have again our cup here that I showed you earlier. And what it does is it sits here. And you see it's a press fit. Some of them, like that one, well, that one's, okay. That's not ideal. This one might not even fit. I may have to use the old ones. We're going to find out here in a minute. But you see it's not actually going in there, so that's a good sign. So at home, you could take a hammer and a block of wood. Now, when you're doing this, ideally, you would take the front wheel off of the bike and the forks so that it lays flat. So when you're laying it down, you're not going to bend anything. Because I've seen guys bend the seat tube or bend the chainstays and stuff like that because they'll put their foot on there trying to get it to go in. That's not the way you want to do it. Ideally, if you can, take the forks off, lay it flat, put it on there like that, and then you would grab a piece of wood. This one might not be the best example because it's kind of old and dry. It might split on you. But what you would do is you could take it, and again, this is not the ideal way to do this. But you take it on there, and then you take the board, and you put the board, and we used to do that this way. You would put the board on there, obviously you don't want to see it, and then you would just hit it with a hammer. But the trick is you don't want it to go sideways. So you don't want it to pop out like that and go in at the bottom. It needs to go in at once. Because if it doesn't, it could cause this bottom bracket to become the wrong shape. Now, that's what you would use if you're at home. What I'm going to show you is what I have, and I think this tool is awesome. So what I have here is this is the HPP1, and this is so essentially this is what's called a cup press. And the way this works is that this piece slides off. This is where you hope you don't drop it. There's extra inserts for different sizes. You take those away, because in this instance we don't need that. If you use it, it could damage the inside of the race, and you don't want that. So what we're going to do is take that off. So then we take our first cup and we put it inside. So if we see the press, it's like that. Then we take the press and we put it inside the bicycle. And then what you would do is rest that there. So we want to make sure that we're putting it in the right way, because it's going to press into the frame, right? So when we're doing this, you put it in there. Oh, it gets a little bit tricky. I'll leave that for a minute. So this piece here, this piece that I took off, has a lock on it. So every time it goes to one level, it locks. So we're going to put this back on. And because I can, I'm going to make sure that I put the button where I need it to be. And you push the button. Okay. And again, you want to make sure that it's perfectly lined up. So what we do is we just tighten that in. And there we go. That's not right. So I had it set too far in before I started. So therefore, I couldn't get it to go in where it needed to be. We just back that off. We let it out. So what I want to do is I hold the one that I can't see. And I can readjust the tool. And then, just like so. You have to give it a good twist, otherwise it doesn't work. So what that's going to allow us to do now is it sets the cups in the frame and it keeps everything straight. And I use this back one as my guide to make sure that everything stays straight. So now everything's straight. The cup is straight, the race is straight, everything's good to go. That went in perfectly. It's not twisted or cross-threaded. And now we have nice new clean new races. Okay guys, and with that I'm going to call this a wrap on this video. In the next video we're going to cover how to pack the bearings properly and how to put all this back together. We'll actually clean the other piece of this and we'll add the pieces to it. But there you go. Just it didn't take very long for me to do it, and it's nice when you have the right tools. This is perfect because it fits in there and nothing got damaged. These aren't marked, which is awesome. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, guys.